Rocket the World of Aetheria. Chapter 1. The Feather Bridge. Alara lived on Aetheria, a planet where the sky was purple and everything that was light went up, not down. This was the most important rule: gravity reversed for light things. One sunny morning, the sun was green here. Alara had to cross the Feather Bridge. This bridge was not made of stone or metal. It was made of giant feathers, very light and fluffy. Be careful, Alara, her mother said. Remember the rule. Heavy objects stay down and light objects want to float away. Alara took her small backpack. In it, she had her school book, a pencil, and a heavy stone. She always carried the heavy stone. It was the only thing that kept her safe when walking near light objects. She stepped onto the bridge. The fluffy feathers were slightly unstable. A small, light leaf blew past her feet. Whoosh! The leaf shot straight up into the purple sky, faster than a bird. Alara hugged her backpack. Her own body was medium weight, so she stayed on the ground, but just barely. Chapter 2. The Floating Classroom. Alara arrived at the floating classroom. It was a huge, hollow balloon tied down by many thick, heavy metal chains. The students sat on heavy wooden stools so they wouldn't float up. Their teacher, Mr. Kale, had a light, white chalk in his hand. When he wrote on the board, the chalk dust didn't fall to the floor. It gently rose to the ceiling and stayed there, sparkling like tiny stars. Today, Mr. Kale said, we will calculate the escape velocity of a common cloud sheep. He smiled. If a cloud sheep is too light, what happens, class? A boy named Zil raised his hand. It goes up, sir. It leaves Aetheria and becomes a space sheep. Exactly, Zil, and that is why farmers always put small, heavy bells on their sheep. The bells keep them on the ground. Alara looked out the window. She saw a farmer quickly chasing a sheep whose bell had just fallen off. The farmer was running fast because the sheep was already starting to ascend. Yuxelmech. Alara quickly checked her backpack one more time. Heavy stone, safe. She knew she needed that simple, heavy object to stay grounded in this strange, reversed world. Chapter 3. The Sunset Landing. The school bell rang. It was time to go home. Mr. Kale reminded everyone. Remember your homework. Find 3 examples of lightweight objects and explain why they don't escape the planet. Alara walked out of the floating classroom. She looked for her mother, who always waited near the giant tree. The giant tree was the heaviest thing in the city, so it was a very safe place. Suddenly, Alara saw a small, colorful toy balloon floating down, not up. It was a very strange sight. Aetherian physics dictated that balloons should always ascend. What is that? Alara whispered. She saw a tiny note tied to the balloon's string. It was moving slowly down towards the ground. Alara realized the balloon was filled with moon gas, a special type of gas that was heavier than the air of Aetheria. This made the light balloon act like a heavy stone. A little girl was crying nearby. My balloon. It's going to the bottom of the city. Alara knew what she had to do. She quickly took the heavy stone out of her backpack. The stone was now useless because the balloon was already falling. She remembered Mr. Kale's lesson. To stop a light object from going up, you add weight. To stop a light object that is falling, you must make it even lighter or use a heavy anchor. Alara looked at the rope of the giant tree. She quickly grabbed a handful of light, dry leaves from the ground and threw them at the descending balloon. The leaves stuck to the balloon's wet surface. Adding the lightest possible things made the total volume bigger and slightly changed the balance of the moon gas inside. The balloon immediately slowed down. It stopped just a few centimeters above the ground. Alara smiled. She used the new physics. The little girl was so happy. Alara's mother arrived. You saved the moon balloon. You understood the gravity rule perfectly. Alara put her heavy stone back into her bag. On Aetheria, learning the rules was not just homework, it was the only way to survive and help others. She was ready for the next day.